We're here at Bostwick Park outside of Able Stadium here on the Nebraska Wesleyan campus. Welcome back. Jeff Moats here along with Nebraska Wesleyan University President Dr. Fred Oles. And Dr. Oles, thank you so much for joining us as always.
Delighted to be with you. Thank you, Jeff. What a great day for football.
Indeed it is. And you know, there's always enough exciting and initiatives that are happening here on campus. A lot of new innovative programs, exciting programs happening. I understand now that Nebraska Wesleyan has got a new master's degree program going on.
That's right, Jeff. We are exploring the addition of a Master of Business Administration degree, MBA. We expect to offer it in both Lincoln and Omaha. Nebraska Wesleyan has very talented professors who've been teaching our undergraduate business curriculum, and I'm excited that they are developing the new Nebraska Wesleyan MBA.
What distinguishes this MBA program compared to others?
Jeff, we will have a significant emphasis on the ethics and social responsibilities of business leaders. We're going to have a really significant set of experiences that will be part of this MBA. Everything we do at Nebraska Wesleyan is filled with experiences. For example, there will be a business person as a mentor for every participant in the program, and we have business leaders in Lincoln and Omaha who are working with us to develop the courses and put together the case studies that we'll use.
With this new program, are there any other programs on the horizon that are coming up?
Yes, I'm delighted to talk about one other. We have a very significant history of educating nurses, and Nebraska Wesleyan is going to offer a joint Master of Science in Nursing, Master of Business Administration, MSN, MBA. A lot of nurses become managers these days, and we're ready to help them out. And this will be a complement to the existing master's programs we have. We have programs in forensic science, nursing, and historical studies. It's a wonderful way to expand our service to the community.
Things just keep getting better and better here on campus, Dr. Oles. Thank you so much for joining us as always.
You're welcome, Jeff.
We'll be back to Able Stadium with more in just a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Your life is what you make of it. In Lincoln, some are making it fun. Some are making it successful. Others are making it vibrant, refreshing, economical, creative, interesting. They're making Lincoln home. So, make it young. Make it a family. Make it a booming career. Make it whatever makes you happy. Make your life right in Lincoln.
Oh, Kevin!
Kevin got out, Henry. You gotta find him. Kevin, where are you? Kevin, where are you?
Animal control called. They found Kevin. It's a good thing we had him licensed, or we might not have gotten him home.
Thank goodness they found him. Kevin!
You're watching Prairie Wolves football on the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network.
Welcome back. Able Stadium is where we're at here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. There you see the halftime score. Nebraska Wesleyan holding on to that 10-7 lead over Midland. As we take a look at some of the first half stats here at halftime, both teams with 13 first downs apiece. Passing-wise, Midland with 114. Nebraska Wesleyan 250 yards in the air. Rushing-wise, 96 for Midland on 18 attempts, 14 of 55 for Nebraska Wesleyan. And you look at penalties, Midland with 4 penalties for a loss of 35, only 2 for a loss of 25 for Nebraska Wesleyan. But the Prairie Wolves have the slight edge in possession, 17.5 compared to 12.5 for Midland. Third down conversions, Wesleyan 8 of 11, and Midland 2 of 7. Those are just some of your stats here in the first half.
Yeah, but some of those red zone opportunities, there's been 3 of them for the Prairie Wolves. They've missed those 2 field goals. They've left 6 points out there on the field. The missed field goals, one clanged the upright on the left side, the other one pushed to the left. So there's been opportunities. Could be a little bit, I mean, you look at the total yards, 305, 210, and Francis has been doing some damage through the air. He does have the 1 interception, but they've just been unable to convert as they get down there in the red zone.
55 yards on the ground, and a majority of those yards came on that run.
27 yards from Joey, or 26 yards for his touchdown.
20 on that 27-yard. Yep, 27-yard run. That's what gave Wesleyan the go-ahead score and giving them that 10-7 lead over Midland.
Would have been nice to tack on that field goal at the end of the half, getting the ball starting here. We'll really get the momentum as, like I say, Midland won the toss in the start of the game, elected to take the football. So Wesleyan with the football here to start the second half, try to add to their lead.
You talk about field goals. This afternoon, 1 of 3 for Aaron Lorraine, and we've seen Aaron Lorraine be very accurate this season, and that's just something that we've rarely seen from him all season long.
Well, just the last couple weeks, the special teams in a variety of facets have sputtered, which isn't really a trademark. Usually the special teams, as there's a special teams sputter as well, as
goes out of bounds, and now Midland will give way to Wesleyan, who will take over on possession.
There's
here.
There's going to be, I think, unsportsmanlike conduct as well.
And it's against Midland.
So this will be a great starting field position.
And they're going to probably move that thing.
I imagine this is going out to the 50.
At least. So it goes from the 35. Yeah, it would be from the 50.
Let's listen in.
Illegal kick out of bounds. Number 40. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. After the play, unsportsmanlike, Midland, number 50. 15 yards, first down.
Andrew Lorenz is the guy that was called for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And I tell you, I caught the tail end of that, and I think he was fortunate he only got hit with an unsportsmanlike. He was a few seconds away from what it looked like maybe throwing a punch. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but it looked like it was going to get nasty.
We'll check in with Brandon Axelman here in just a moment, as Wesleyan will set up at the 50 to begin this second half.
Without even touching the football so far.
So they try to get adjusted here on the line. And here is Francis out of the gun. Looks to throw over here near side, and it's incomplete, or is it caught? It is caught. And it was caught over here on the near side of the field. So Tyler Gibson with the catch. Let's head down to Brandon.
Guys had a chance to talk to Coach Keller at halftime. He said defensively, simply, they just need to be more disciplined. But offensively, it gets a little bit more tricky. They've had success with the pass, but not with the run. He says they can't be so one-dimensional. The problem is, though, Dustin Bryant, their senior leader, he is out for the rest of the game with a hip pointer. They're going to be relying a lot more on Joey Jones to run the ball. So we'll see if they have some success on the ground this half.
And not only that, Brandon, but Joel Weidel will be the other guy that will carry the ball. He gets the carry this time, takes it down to the Midland 41-yard line, about a 9-yard pickup on the play. So now Dustin Bryant out of the game with a hip pointer, as you heard from Brandon. That takes one part of the equation out of the game for Wesleyan. Now you got to have Joey Jones step up, Weidel step up too, and of course we've seen them several times during the course of the year really step up to the challenge, and they'll stick with Weidel here in the backfield.
You didn't have Bryant for 3 or 4 series there in the first half. He did come back towards the tail end of the half, but just didn't look himself.
Weidel gets it to the 40, gets enough for a first down. And the yard markers will move downfield.
Pretty good first half for Francis, though. I mean, minus the one miscue, the interception. He was 18 of 28.
Oh, yeah.
He needed to set the single season mark for completions. He needed 28 coming in the game. He had 18 and a half. He may get that yet this afternoon. And he's over 200 yards again on this afternoon. 250 in the first half. He had over 200 last week.
Well, he's got 19 completions with Gibson's catch over here on the near side of the field. So from the 40, 1st and 10. Francis throws, another completion. There's 20, and it's Earhart who makes the catch. Stumbles on the turf a little bit and takes it to the 34-yard line.
Great gain on first down, though. Gives you a second and short again. A lot of options open here. And I know Coach Keller doesn't want to be one-dimensional, but the Prairie Wolves have done a nice job. Take a look here. Good time again. And it's been quick routes, hitches, little slants, drags across the middle, and then the play action or a few big pass plays down the field. Even with Midland bringing the blitz, for the most part, Francis has had time to work.
And Jones gets the carry, takes it short of the first down. He's tackled at the 31-yard line. So 3rd and a yard to go.
Trying to cash it into the short field. Midland just kind of shooting themselves in the foot to start the second half. The kick out of bounds and then the unsportsmanlike. It's 50 free yards for the Prairie Wolves.
They'll put Lovell in the fullback spot in that eye. Jones in the tailback spot. And it's a handoff and a dive play, fullback dive. Nick Lovell takes it across the 30 and is tackled at the 28, so he gets 2 extra yards out of it.
Just the 10th carry of the year for Lovell. He makes it count for a first down. And maybe he's someone you see sprinkled in a little more here without the services of Bryant.
Now let's see, you got Jones here in the backfield with Francis. 2 splits far side, 2 near side. Gibson and Earhart are over here to the right. Francis looking to throw a pump fake.
Great double move.
And there's a catch inside the 5. They'll mark him around the 5-yard line, and it's Ryan Larson with a catch for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Great out and up. Take a look. The pump fake. Got by the receiver. Faked the out route. Turned it upfield. 1st and goal for the Prairie Wolves. Great route.
Now Wesleyan, that's number 21 now for Tyler Francis.
Jones in the backfield this time.
Yep, go to kind of an off-eye set. Little play action here. Francis lobs it into the end zone. Coverage deep in the end zone, incomplete. Nolan Clausen, the tight end, was in the back of the end zone. He was looking to get the ball, but there was at least double coverage on him and another intended receiver in the area too. So now second and goal from the 5 rather.
Good job though, just throwing it out of the back of the end zone, not trying to squeeze it in there. You don't need a turnover here. You just want to get some more points on the board. There's that I formation again.
Went to an off-eye last time. Now they're to the standard I formation, as you said. 2 wideouts far side. Here's a pitch. Jones into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska Wesleyan. And Joey Jones with his 2nd touchdown run of the day. He made that thing look easy.
And Lovell again leading the way from that fullback spot. Great job opening up a big hole here, almost untouched.
Look at that.
That's just power football coming at you right off the right side. Your fullback leading the way. Picks up the block there, and it's smooth sailing for Jones.
Here's the extra point attempt from Aaron Lorraine, and it is good. So the Prairie Wolves extend their lead now 17-7 over Midland. Early part of the 3rd quarter. Back to Able Stadium in a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that for every degree you set your thermostat below 68 in the wintertime, you can save 3 to 5% on your heating costs? 3 to 5%. As some people might say, that's hot. Check us out at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube for even more energy-saving tips like this one. See you next time.
Joey Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, and that gives Nebraska Wesleyan the 17-7 advantage here with 10:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here it is on the replay.
Just good blocking up front, like you say. Just fullback leading the way out of the good old I formation. Jones, 2 touchdowns this afternoon. He had 3 coming into the contest, so adding to his total. Now has the most rushing touchdowns on the team for the season at 5.
So here is the ensuing kick, and it goes sailing into the back part of the end zone for a touchback. You know, you look at some of the stats here. We get a full layout of stats every week prior to a game that we cover from Sports Information Director Alex Linden. And I was looking earlier at some of the last times, if you will, in this Midland Nebraska Wesleyan series. The last time Nebraska Wesleyan went more than 600 yards of total offense was against Midland. In 1994, they went 603. And here on 1st and 10 from the 25, Mishak tackled on the play by Hovendick of Nebraska Wesleyan for about a 1-yard gain to the 26. And then the last time Nebraska Wesleyan returned a punt for a touchdown was against Midland 2 years ago. Cody Eiler went 71 yards. I remember that. That was a great return.
And that helped the comeback in that one. They were down big.
Here's an option, and it's a pitch. And still breaking free, still moving. Finally tackled.
Well, that goes back to that issue that
Cornist with the run
that Brandon talked about with Coach Kroom on the sideline. Hey, we're there. We're in the spot. We just need to wrap up. Right there, running through tackles. Really, 3 guys had a shot. Another one there at the end. Finally, Wardeen brings him down. Look for the tight end here, maybe. Wanted to throw it.
Keeper that time, and Michael Hittner came barreling over around the right side and made the tackle on Carls, the quarterback, and it's for a loss of yards.
They had 2 backs in the backfield that time, zone read, but they ran one of the backs on a flare out to the left side, and seems like about 8 out of 10 times they do that. They look for their tight end in that area where the linebacker sucked over and vacated. That time they had it covered well.
Carls' pass is knocked down by Hunter Hand, and it goes incomplete. That's a guy we haven't talked a whole lot about today, Hunter Hand, and he's been key on that defensive line this season.
Ironically enough, this time it was his hand that was the key there. Didn't get up his field as far as he maybe wanted to on the pass rush. Peace of mind to see the ball being released, throw those hands up in the air, chance to knock him down, does. An incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and call it 4.
Mishak in motion, and here's Carls, pass complete on the far side of the field. And it's enough for a first down just across the 50 at the Wesleyan 48.
3rd and 4, I mean 3rd and 14, and they got 15, just enough on that play, but there is a flag.
Michael Chick the third.
Out of Gretna. So a big play negated there, a 15-yard gain on 3rd and about 14. And now it's 3rd and 24, 23, depending on how you look at the spot. Midland just 10 seconds to snap. It might be the first time today they've been under 10 on the play clock. Now 6 to work. Not sure they're going to get it off.
Just in time. And now Carl's in trouble. A little shovel pass is complete. And still running is Cornist. And short of the line. Tackled at about the 38.
Latimer tracked him down from behind. Just had to dish it off there. Latimer stuck with the play, coming all the way back downfield. That time, right there, as you see in the background, that Taylor Tukolsky thought maybe he got either blocked in the back or held on that play, but either way it forces the punt. And after a rough start, 28-yard punt to start things, he's been booming them ever since.
Here's the punt. Wardeen will pick it up at the 21. And quickly knocked out of bounds around the 30-yard line. So the Wesleyan offense back out there. We mentioned during the last drive, 21 completions today for Tyler Francis. Needs to hit that 28 mark day to get that passing completion record. Timeout on the field. And we'll step aside for this quick break with just over 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Wesleyan ahead, 17-7 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
So 1st and 10 here. This is at the 31 of Nebraska Wesleyan as we resume play. And Joey Jones gets behind a block, gets some good yards, and takes it across the 40 to the 42-yard line and gets the first down.
He just came back from a timeout that Midland took after a punt. Seemed like kind of an odd time for a timeout, and during the break, it wasn't a timeout to meet with just the offense, just the defense, or a certain situation. The entire Midland team came together over on their sideline, around the 40-yard line, around head coach Josh Gehring. Not sure what spurred it, what needed it, but he had some words for his entire team as a whole during that timeout.
Now Clausen will move up on the left side of the line. Some movement, but no flags. And this time it's a fullback dive play as Nick Lovell got the carry. Takes it about 5 yards. They'll spot him around the 47-yard line.
Another good positive play on first down, and now the rushing attack picking up a little steam for Nebraska Wesleyan here in this second half. Hands on the hips for some of those Midland defenders already here early.
Trying to wear him down.
Second drive of the half for the Prairie Wolves.
Long count. Now it's Jones who kind of bumped shoulder pads that time with Tyler Francis. That kind of lost his momentum a little bit running the ball. He takes it, though, 2 yards toward the 49.
Houlihan with the tackle that time, up from his linebacker spot. Didn't get 2 out of it, despite the what looked like maybe a broken play. Like I say, they kind of ran together in the backfield that time. Third and manageable, though, with 3rd and 4.
2 splits toward the far side along with the slot. Francis looking to throw, short toss complete around the 49 and down along the near side. It's a first down. Nebraska Wesleyan going with Austin Ruskamp out of that backfield.
And Ruskamp right here runs right over Dalton Jenkins, the freshman standout from Takema for the Warriors. And they brought the house that time on the blitz, and a good play call by Nebraska Wesleyan and Francis to find Ruskamp, who had snuck out of the backfield. Now big unbalanced line.
Ruskamp bobbles the pitch and gets maybe about 1 yard, and that's it, to the 35. Ruskamp, freshman running back out of Firth. Played his high school ball at Freeman High School.
And he came into the contest 24 carries, or 24 yards on 13 carries. So hadn't seen a lot of touches, but we've seen him out there here and there.
And now we got movement on the line and an offside. I think Midland saying no, it's on them.
Well, Francis did the right thing, took the snap quickly and downed it. Free play just to see what we got.
Defense, number 99, contact in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Again, we keep an eye on Tyler Francis, Lucas, because, again, that left knee, I mean, there's times that he's been bending it, straightening it, just to make sure that it's okay.
Well, as long as that knee's feeling good, his arm is working well.
They'll spread it out. Curtis Danek out there. He's one of the receivers toward the left.
Zumpf at the bottom of your screen here. Watch for him.
Francis, near side Zumpf at the 26. Loses the football. Fumble on the play, and Midland gets it back. And now there's some words being exchanged by Kennedy Petit and Caleb Armstrong. But no flags on the play or anything like that. No unsportsmanlike, but let's take a look at this again.
Good completion, just trying to make something after at the catch. Just didn't get it secured. Was going to get into that left arm as he went to run towards the middle of the field, and it just came loose. Then it went off his knee, and it was a free-for-all. Right there, just tries to put it away, can't secure it. And then it was up for grabs. Now Midland offense with another chance.
Pass on the far side. Schluter, the intended target, he couldn't handle the pass. It goes incomplete. So 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now that defense trying to answer the bell here is a turnover. And you say you got to win that turnover battle right now. +1 for Midland.
And Cornish gets the handoff, and Brandon Reeves coming in to make the stop for Nebraska Wesleyan. So it's up to the 30. 3rd down here and 4 to go. And time winding down here in this 3rd quarter with just over 4 minutes and counting.
Been a quick moving 3rd quarter.
One difference though with this Midland team with the no huddle, it kind of speeds things up. And here's a draw play. Sliding in and getting the 1st down is Carls, the quarterback, takes it across the 35. They'll mark him at the 36.
Knew how far he had to go, got the 1st down. Saw he was going to probably take a pretty punishing hit, slid down. Here's another draw.
Another draw for him as he dives ahead. Carls takes it to the 40-yard line, about a 4-yard pickup for him.
Kind of surprised we haven't seen him try to go to Zinnerman maybe a little more. As the 6'3" frame on him against some of those shorter DBs for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Looking to throw, Latimer in pursuit, and Carls runs it out of bounds on the far side. So I think he was kind of hearing what you were saying, Lucas, trying to look down here on the near side of the field for Zinnerman.
Well, it's a good thought process, but when you got Phil Latimer's footsteps closing in on you, that makes it a little bit harder. Latimer
right on your heels.
Was closing like a freight train that time.
3rd and 5. Another play action, swing pass, far side, incomplete. Target that time was Alex Moreland, who was in the flat. And now 4th down for Midland. And out come the punting units for both teams, and Wardeen will be back to return.
Wardeen's had a couple decent returns.
Last one was for about 9 yards.
He had the one for 25 earlier in the 1st half, or in the 1st quarter. Let's see if this time instead maybe they try and come after the punt.
Runner back in punt formation. Here's the boot. Wardeen drops it at the 21, gets it back, or 22 in this case. Breaks out of a tackle coming toward the near side, and he is going to be surrounded and swarmed. Back down. They'll mark him at the 17-yard line.
But he secured the football. Yes, he bobbled it, but he got back on top of it. Last week they had 2 turnovers in that department receiving the punt. So Wardeen able to haul that one in and get your offense out, then let them go back to work.
You know, the one thing that we've noticed too today, Lucas, is we've seen Tyler Francis occasionally run the ball out of the pocket. I don't think he's done that at all today, mainly because of the knee situation.
Yeah, and Tyler does a good job of getting yards when he has to. He's not going to burn you on the ground by any means, as there's a handoff with not a whole lot of room on that right side.
Looked like Jones to carry that time. And
Francis is mobile within the pocket. And he makes a lot of time up back there. He's good at avoiding the pressure, feeling the pocket, moving left to right.
I will give you that.
Reversing his field.
But like you said, he's not going to
he's
set
not
sail
exactly,
down for...
No, yeah, he's not a Micah Carls who can take off and you run a draw play for him every time. You might just run the surprise element. But
he can be shifty in the backfield.
Exactly.
And now he'll go under center. Double wideouts each side. Hand off Jones. Tries to stay alive if he can, and he is surrounded and tackled hard by a group of Warriors at the 23-yard line.
Tough running by Jones, though. Looked like he's going to be stacked up for a loss in the play. He gets 3 out of it. That front. Petit up there. He's been doing most of the damage, and they move their defensive front around strong to weak side. Petit seems to be around the football a lot.
Looking to blitz. Francis with enough time and overthrows it. Incomplete, looking for Larson, and 3 and out.
They're just too far on that route. Covered pretty well out there by the Warriors. They picked the blitz up, but the pocket was starting to collapse. Had to get rid of that one maybe a little sooner than he wanted to. Vandenberg out to punt, averaging just over 38.
Delivers that one is Zinnerman on the return. Far side gets out of another tackle. Flag thrown, and a trip up on the play. And boy, we've seen a lot of penalty flags here this afternoon. And not necessarily a lot of procedure penalties either.
No, there's been some.
I mean, there's been some
Punt is returned by number 19, Zimmerman. Tackle on the play by Andy Fedoris.
I mean, we've seen everything from a block in the back, personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct.
There was no foul on the play for illegal block. The block was deemed legal. First down.
So no flag there. They wave it off, say it was a legal block.
So they'll keep the ball at the 36-yard line. But really, in many cases this afternoon, especially on Midland's part, the unsportsmanlike conduct penalties have not helped either. Nebraska Wesleyan was picked up for one earlier in the game.
Through the halftime break, just 2 penalties. Last week, they were only penalized 2 times in the contest.
Which is pretty good.
That's
that's amazing.
Something looked odd on that snap as well. Like half the offensive line was a half count early there for Midland.
Cornish with the carry that time for Midland. But, you know, when you have only 2 penalties, I mean, for any team, that's very good. So 2nd and 9. Here's an option near side, and it's a pitch. Cornish gets out of a tackle, but he stumbles on his own feet. Spencer Fecht had him.
You got to give Spencer a lot of credit there just for getting off the block, because there's no one to take the back here if that receiver occupies Fecht, and Fecht was able to shed that blocker and just trip him up enough to slow Cornish down. A lot of credit there to Spencer Fecht. Good play. If he doesn't shed that block, there's a lot of real estate in front of Cornish.
17 seconds and counting here. And now penalty flags come out.
False start.
It is a false start against Midland. Michael Chick moved on the line. So the ball back at the 41 of Midland. Taking his time going to the line here, or going into formation. His time lines out, and Midland will let the clock run out, and we'll go to the 4th quarter. So, through 3 here at Able Stadium, Nebraska Wesleyan still ahead of Midland here, 17-7. on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Thank you for supporting Lincoln Cares. By voluntarily adding $1 each month to your Lincoln Electric System bill, you've helped improve parks programs and facilities across the city. Now your dollar goes even further. Lincoln Cares has been expanded to support not just parks, but also libraries and programs for older adults. And your donations are matched by community partners. See how much more $1 can do. Visit lincolncares.org.
There you see some of the members of what looks like the Nebraska Wesleyan football team, at least some of the staff in that cherry picker, taking video.
Getting those end zone shots for team video scouting. The amazing part on this fall day, they're both up there in just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Over 60 degrees, right around 60 here this afternoon.
And early November will take it, and oh boy, the blitz is on, and Hunter Hand comes up with a sack.
We haven't seen many blitzes, if any, today. As they said, they were going to play a lot of base defense, but that time, Hand comes in untouched, and there's nowhere at all for Carls to go.
So 4th down. Now come the punting unit for both teams.
Well, Wardeen did have a little trouble handling that one off the bounce last time, receiving the punt.
Here's the snap. Renner's end over end punt. Wardeen gets it at the 25. And he is quickly wrapped up and tackled and taken down just across the 30 at the 31-yard line. We keep talking about Tyler Francis with the completion. If he gets 28, he ties a school record career-wise.
Season,
I'm sorry.
Season completion record. Needs 28 to set it. He's got 23 today.
So essentially 5 more, and then he's got that mark.
At the same time, the ground game was working pretty well the last couple drives. As they've increased their production. 98. They had 48 yards in the third quarter. They only had 55 at half. Jones.
Ruskamp gets the carry, goes around right side to the 34-yard line.
Jones still the leading rusher on the day with 55 yards, but Whittle level got a couple carries in there, and we've seen Ruskamp a few times as well. 300 yards passing through 3 quarters, 303 for Tyler Francis.
Total offense, 401. 2nd and 7 here. And now we got flags coming out. False start against Nebraska Wesleyan.
False start. Offense, number 51. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So it was TJ Westfall who moved off the line, the left guard out of Lincoln from Pius X High School.
You were talking about flags earlier, Jeff, and at third quarter, Midland was flagged 4 times for 51 yards.
Wow.
That's just in the third quarter.
And
8 penalties for the game.
At least 2 of those, I believe, were for unsportsmanlike conduct or personal fouls. Play action here. Francis complete to Carlin Kreinert at the 35. Takes it across the 40 and gets the first down at the 42-yard line. So there's number 24 for Tyler Francis, and Kreinert with a good catch and pickup.
Good job here by Francis. He shows you he's able to get away, back off that pressure, and get it to the outlet there. Kreinert just snuck out of the backfield. Good yards after the catch for Kreinert. Moves the chains. Time of possession, about a 9-minute advantage for Nebraska Wesleyan through 3 quarters. That's what they wanted to do. Hold the ball, short passes, rushing game.
Another one that time for Francis. It's Ruskamp with about a 1-yard gain to the 43. So there is number 25.
at the risk of stopping the clock, you're probably going to see just the short passes. As long as you're getting it manageable down in distances, you want to keep that clock rolling.
Francis. Handoff, looks like Russ Camp again, and at the point of attack, Midland there. Ethan Renner on the stop.
Yeah, came up on a blitz again.
About a gain of a yard to the 44, and that's it.
And now you got third and a little bit longer, 3rd and 8. As we run different receiver package in and out here.
So 3rd, and we'll call it 8. We'll check in with Brandon here in a moment. Francis, near side, it is complete. And short of the first down, Curtis Danek made the catch for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Turned, wanted to get his footing, get to the sticks, and he had an opportunity, but he was about a yard shy. Frustrated with himself there as he had a little room, but as he spun around to get that motor going again.
Let's check in with Brandon really quick. Brandon?
Guys, obviously you don't want to punt it all the time, but punters are people too, so we're going to give Kelby Vandenberg some recognition. The senior captain is first in the GPAC in punt per average with 41 yards averaging on a punt, as you see another very long punt there. He's doing very well. He's second all-time right now on pace for punting average in Nebraska Wesleyan history, so let's give him some credit for the punting he's doing.
And we will. Very good punter. In fact, you know, the special teams has done a very good job this season. There you see the
inside the 10. He pinned him this time now.
Zimmerman that time.
He had a little issue with the punt.
But the punting, Kelby Vandenberg has done a very good job punting for this team this year,
Yeah,
and of course last year too.
Exactly. I mean, you don't have to worry a whole lot with Vandenberg back there. Special teams usually a forte of this Nebraska Wesleyan attack. Like I say, they've just stumbled a little bit. There's a big run.
Cornist breaks free, gets a first down. He takes it to the 18-yard line. So first down for him.
Vandenberg averaging about 39 yards today on his punts. That's the first one inside the 20.
So here onto the gun. Ball tipped up, intercepted. Reeves, 10-5, touchdown. What a play. And now flags come out. There is a penalty flag on the field. Let's see what the penalty is.
Sounds good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, 54, Nebraska Wesleyan. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
A little too much celebration from Reeves with the ball spike in the end zone. Take a look at the play
Take a look at this
here,
again.
though.
Take a look at this. It was Taylor DeColsey that tipped the ball up, and there you see Reeves get it and take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, just a little bit too much of a spike there at the end, they say.
Yeah.
Take all the fun out of it. Reeves doesn't get in the end zone that often. He's a linebacker. He doesn't know how to act.
Lorraine's extra point is good. 10:37 to go, and there you see Brandon Reeves, obviously very excited on that pick for a touchdown. 24/7 Prairie Wolves on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Your life is what you make of it. In Lincoln, some are making it fun. Some are making it successful. Others are making it vibrant, refreshing, economical, creative, interesting. They're making Lincoln home. So, make it young. Make it a family. Make it a booming career. Make it whatever makes you happy. Make your life right in Lincoln.
There you see the score, Nebraska Wesleyan 24, Midland 7. Jeff Moats, Lucas Mormon, Brandon Axemet, our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew with you today from Able Stadium in Lincoln.
Well, Brandon gave a little love to the punter, Vandenberg, who pinned him back deep and worked out well. Next play, Or 2 plays later, pick 6 for Reeves after Tukolste got the deflection on it at the line of scrimmage. Seen a lot of balls batted at the line of scrimmage today by Nebraska Wesleyan. Hans got his big old paws up there on one of them. Tukolste this time. Latimer had his hand on one. So doing a nice job. Even if they can't get to Carls, they're able to go ahead and knock it down.
Zimmerman picks it up at the 20. And he is quickly wrapped up and thrown back. And now the official gets clipped. And the guy that made the stop for Nebraska Wesleyan was Brandon McGill out of Waverly.
Well, they were back 15 yards on that kickoff, so
Take
they
a look at this
whipped
again.
it down the middle.
That was accidental, of course.
I don't think he gets a tackle for that, too.
No. But
2 tackles on one play there.
Brandon McGill with a good stop. So here we go, 1st and 10. From the 35, deep in the pocket. Carl's looking downfield. It is a fight, and it goes incomplete. And a flag thrown, and this is going to be pass interference, likely on Eric Richards.
You know, they were kind of battling the whole way down the field.
Both him and
Zinnerman.
Yep, they were both in a foot race to get in position.
And, you know, maybe Richards didn't get his head around quite soon enough there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
So this will take it to the 50.
Take a look here. Yeah, yep, he had a hand on it. He was holding that jersey.
Yeah.
That's a good call. That's a tough matchup. Zinnerman, big guy, moves well. Got 3 or 4 inches on all the DBs out there for Nebraska Wesleyan. So just the 3rd penalty of the day. It's a big one, and pass interference and an automatic 1st down. They're out to midfield.
Throw by Carls downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Same 2 guys trying to go after the ball. Zinnerman.
Well,
Carls, and Eric Richards.
You know, Carls can put some yards up in the passing game. He had 400 against Hastings. But he's not your prototypical drop back guy. Tyler Francis, much more comfortable in the pocket. Carl's the guy they got to move around, get him on the edges, and they're kind of asking him just to take this drop back here and pass the game down by 3 possessions.
Carl's looking to throw again, pump fakes, and he is surrounded. Hunter Hand had a hand on him, and now Phil Latimer comes over, tries to get him. Nothing doing, but Spencer Fecht will run him out of bounds. And it will be at the Prairie Wolf 45.
Well, and he looked like he was dead to rights back near the 48 of Nebraska Wesleyan. Right here, Hand didn't wrap up. Latimer gives chase. And then Fecht comes over, makes the tackle, forces him out of bounds. But they're there again. They just have to wrap up, make the play, as Coach Kroon mentioned earlier in the half.
Cornist with the carry takes it to the 41, but a late flag thrown. It's close to a 1st down. And it's against Midland.
Holding. Offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Travis Dahl called for the holding penalty, so we'll back it up to the Midland 45.
And that's a costly one. You go from 3rd and short to now 3rd and 15. You know, that last defensive touchdown, just a little sigh of relief, a little operating room out there, so you got a little bit of a cushion now.
And now a sack in the backfield, and guess who?
Phil Latimer. Number 2 today.
Licking his chops and got the sack on Carls.
And he got a good hit on Carls earlier, and it was much like that. This time, Carls didn't get a chance to get rid of the football, and it's a sack for Latimer.
No question about it, all conference Phil Latimer.
He's having one heck of a year.
And now here is Renner with the punt. Almost blocked, but it goes end over end, and Ward Dean gets it inside the 25. Goes to the far side, and he is taken down just across the 25 at the 27-yard line. Brendan Haskins was the guy that made the stop. 8:40 to go here. 24-7 Nebraska Wesleyan, as you see on your screen. Early field goal from Aaron Lorraine. And then 2 touchdowns. Joey Jones had those 2 touchdowns that made it 17-7 after Midland went up briefly in the first half. And of course the pick 6 from Brandon Reeves, and that's where we stand scoring-wise. Here is a pitch from Francis, and it's Joey Jones who gets the carry. And Jones takes it across the 30 toward the 31-yard line and gets about a 4-yard pickup.
Coming back to Latimer in that last defensive series. 2 sacks today. At 6.5 sacks on the season. Came in 6th in the GPAC in sacks. And he's in the top 10 list of sacks for a career here at Nebraska Wesleyan. So everyone's moving up a list somewhere, defensively, offensively. Bryant did get enough yards to move into that top 10 list, but he's been sidelined with that hip pointer. Good, tough yardage there.
Look at Jones. He gets the first down. That's just good leg strength.
That's just...
I mean, his leg strength is outstanding in that case.
Well, and that's just no giving up on the play. He just keeps turning those legs. The pile keeps moving. First down. Clock stops momentarily, starts back up on the first down. As Prairie Wolves content to let this play clock roll deep into the count before they get the snap off. See if Midland has an answer for this rushing attack.
Jones bumps off a tackle, stumbles ahead, and gets to the 42-yard line on the play.
Decent pickup, almost 4 yards. Again, thought he was going to be stopped in the backfield. Bounced it outside. He was all but stopped.
Well, you look ahead to next week. We'll be back here at Able Stadium for the final game of the season. Hastings will be in town. They're a team that has only got 1 win coming into today, but they were up on Dort at halftime big.
Yeah, and they only have 1 win at the same time. They only lost to Northwestern by 3. So hard to tell what you're going to get with the Broncos this year.
Yeah. You know, we've seen Hastings teams that have come in here and are just solid.
Well, they played a close game early in the season with Concordia. They, like I say, only lost by 3 to Northwestern, and Northwestern was up by 3 touchdowns on number 1 Morningside at half. So it's a race to second place in the GPAC is what it is, even with Morningside losing today. If they would lose to Northwestern, they're 7-0 coming in with just 2 weeks left. The best they could do is tie. Northwestern would get the tiebreaker, but
Francis, pass, knocked down, incomplete.
Good play on the ball that time by Dalton Jenkins, the freshman from Tekamah, Nebraska. Zumpf had it in his hands, but good job just raking through, knocking it free, and that brings out Vandenberg again.
Tyler Francis, again, he's close to getting that single-season mark for pass completions, and I believe he needs at least 2 or 3 more to achieve that. Still some time here in this game with 6 minutes left.
Well, they are a hurry-up offense. They can score quickly.
Vandenberg with the punt. Takes a bounce. They're going to let it roll. And it goes down at the 12-yard line.
I think a few Wesleyan fans were hoping that might have brushed the leg or the jersey there of the Warriors. Did not. Inside the 20 again on the punt, though, all the way back at the 12. Vandenberg doing his job with a friendly roll that time.
So next week it's Hastings. That will wrap up our coverage next week for 2013, which doesn't seem like we're already to that point yet. So here is Carls with a swing toss to Mishak over on the far side, and really it's a loss of yards back behind the 10 at the 9-yard line. Phil Latimer over in the area too, and that's one guy I would not recommend trying to line up against on that other side of the ball, because Phil Latimer is just tough, he's gritty, and he is determined, and he's able to get in there. He's able to find a way to get back into that backfield. Just tough to stop. Timeout on the field taken by Midland here with 5:20 to go in the game. 24-7 Prairie Wolves on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
The Lincoln Water System knows you are busy, and we appreciate your help as we replace your indoor water meters. First, look for a door hanger with your appointment time. Make sure an adult will be present. Allow easy access to the meter, and make sure the technician is wearing a Lincoln Water System uniform and carrying ID. The free replacement takes only about 20 minutes. For more information, call 402-441-1500 or visit water.lincoln.ne.gov.
There you see the moon again. It's kind of shifted a little bit from our vantage point, and still here in the latter part of the afternoon. That was a pretty good camera shot.
Great shots again today, as always, from our camera guys. Getting good replays, good looks at things. Appreciate all they do for us.
I mean, they get set up here. They usually get here about 9:30, 10 o'clock on a game day, roughly. And that's when they start assembling stuff and getting everything organized, ready to go for this broadcast.
But knock on wood, pretty good weather all year. The Dome game was a little misty and cool.
That's
but
probably the worst weather we've had all year. Is that Dome
complain.
game. Carl's pass is complete around the 25-yard line. Kyle Morris with the reception. Taylor Gunther from Waverly with the tackle.
It is enough for a first down.
Yeah, the weather, the lousiest weather was the night that Doane and Wesleyan played, and probably the most exciting game that we have seen all year.
Well, they're giving them that route in front of them. Here's a toss play, but they're giving them that route, just not letting anyone get over the top. And remember, Midland now with only the timeout they just took, only with one remaining. They took that timeout after a punt earlier in the game where I think Coach Gearing kind of got all the team together and said, hey, you know, it was a moment he felt he needed to talk to his home team. He did. It was kind of unorthodox. You don't see it very often in an odd time, but he felt it was needed. But now he probably would like to have that one back.
4:50 to go in this one. And that time it's Cornish who gets the carry and gets enough for the first down. So Midland just continues to move the ball. They're not really starting to fold up the tent just yet. They want to keep this going as long as they can. And so out of the pistol is Carls as he rolls right. And the pass goes out of bounds, incomplete. Right into the Prairie Wolf sideline down below.
You look at his receivers out in that route, and they make a lot of calls right line of scrimmage. Sometimes, you know, Coach Kroom even noted that sometimes the receivers on the left side are blocking while the receivers on the right side are running a pass route. That time, the tight end was blocking downfield. If he turns around, seals off his defender, has a chance for a nice pickup, but he was thinking it was going to be a run play.
Carls airs it out, and it goes incomplete. Let's head down to Brandon Axement with more. Brandon?
Guys, you touched on the series between these two teams in the pregame show, but it looks like Prairie Wolves are going to win. They're snapping a 3-game losing streak to Midland, and Coach Keller now moves to 7-3, barring a miraculous comeback. Got to be happy for the Prairie Wolves and Coach Keller getting a big win, second to last game of the season.
It's probably a much-needed win more than anything else, Brandon, and of course, that road trip to Dakota Wesleyan is one that they would like to forget. So you get a win here today, and you got one more here at home next week against Hastings. Third down attempt on that pass play goes incomplete. That will bring up fourth down here for Midland.
Well, we touched on it as we talked about the GPAC standings as we close the book on this season, but Morningside at 7-0, they're still losing right now today. to Northwestern. They're in second place, tied with Dakota Wesleyan at 5-2. And then it's a group at 4-3, Doane, Concordia, Nebraska Wesleyan. Doane and Concordia and Dakota Wesleyan in a fight now, back and forth game, 17-14. So get a win here today, close out the season with a win. Good chance to finish second or third in the conference.
Passing complete on the far side on 4th down, and the Prairie Wolves will get the ball on downs with just over 4 minutes remaining. So with the win, when it becomes official with the win, Brian Keller would pick up his 99th career win here at Nebraska Wesleyan. And there was a period of time here the last several years he's had some good teams that went 7-3, of course. A couple of seasons mixed in, 5-5, still 500, but really never a losing season here as of recent years. But this one today would be number 99 here for Brian Keller. Here's a toss from Francis, complete over on the far side, fumble on the play, and Midland gets the ball back. Are they going to say he was down?
One official on the far side says he was down.
Francis pass is complete to number 38,
Derek Hord was the tight end on that play. He made the catch.
Take a look.
Another completion for Tyler Francis, and I believe that might be number 26.
It was bang, bang, but his knee was down before it came out.
Second and a long 6. Here's Francis. Hand off that time. Looks like Russ Camp got the carry for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Renner came on a blitz that time. They ran away from it, but he pursued the entire way down the line of scrimmage, able to make that tackle from behind. Renner doing a nice job from that linebacker spot, coming up, walking up almost like a defensive rush end.
So we'll mark it 3rd and 5.
Under 3 minutes now. They can take it inside 2:45 with the snap.
Here's Davis in motion. Fake pitch, rolling left. Francis to the near side, and it goes incomplete.
Had his man. Just
Connor
a drop
Davis.
pass that time.
So that'll bring up 4th down.
Stops the clock.
Well, you're kind of in a situation where you're too close to punt, and you're maybe just a little too far out for a field goal.
Let's see if they take a timeout to talk about it. I don't know.
Well, Wesleyan's got all of their 3 timeouts remaining, so they can definitely burn one if they need to. But they'll go for it.
Only 10 to snap it here. They're not even out of the huddle yet. They're going to have to take a timeout.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Now Francis will call timeout. So with 2:32 to go in this game, Nebraska Wesleyan calls timeout. They lead at 24-7 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind not smoking so close to the park? It's a tobacco-free playground. Thank you.
Play cleaner. Play healthier. Play tobacco-free. Juega libre de tabaco. Play tobacco-free.
Prairie Wolves back out of the timeout here on 4th down. There you see the scoreboard.
Yeah, just in that in-between spot on the field where you're looking at a 56-yard, 54-yard field goal, or you're going to try and punt it for 20 yards. You might as well take a chance, throw it down the field here with the 3-possession lead.
And now Francis looking to throw. Over the middle, Earhart with a catch. 10-5 wide open touchdown, just like that. And I believe that might be number 27 for Tyler Francis. But Brooks Earhart with the catch. Take a look at this again. There you see it. Nice grabbing. Wide open into the end zone. He was left alone all in the middle. And now the Prairie Wolves will attempt the extra point. And back out is Aaron Lorraine. Snap the hold. The kick is up. And it is good. 2:25 to go in this ball game. Nebraska Wesleyan leads at 31-7 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Cousins race stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Brooks Earhart, there you see on your screen, with a touchdown catch. That is completion number 27 today for Tyler Francis. He needs one more to get the single season completion record. And you got 2:25 to go here, and Midland will have the football. So it may be, if not today, could be next week against Hastings.
He has 27. He had 152 completions this season coming into the contest. The record is 180. It was set back in 2001. So he needs one more to tie it, one to take it in sole possession. I think there's a high probability that he may eclipse that mark next week, as we had a penalty flag on the extra point. So we're kicking from the 50. "12 different receivers today, Jeff, have caught passes from Tyler Francis.
That's a lot.
12.
12 people. 12 players who have caught the ball from Tyler Francis. And this kick from Lorraine goes into the end zone for a touchback. So the final 2:25 here will continue with Midland coming back out here on offense. Well, despite some mishaps for Aaron Lorraine today, Wesleyan was able to make it up, running the ball, throwing the ball. And they continue to look impressive, even though they've had a few games where they have, including Dakota Wesleyan, where things obviously didn't go their way and could not recover from an early deficit. Here's a draw play for Carls, and Carls is taken down hard on the play, tackled by Seth Hoffman. He's a freshman out of Rising City, played his high school ball at David City Aquinas.
Tracked him down from behind there. There's a few new faces out there in this last drive as this one's safely in hand.
And that pass almost intercepted by Hovendick. As Carl's underthrew that a little bit. So third down coming up here. We're under 2 minutes here in this contest.
479 yards of total offense this afternoon for Nebraska Wesleyan. They did get that rushing game going, over 100, 120.
Well, 479, still something to be very proud of.
They only averaged 316 in the season, so well above their season average. Great defensive play there.
There's a pass breakup that time for Taylor Gunther. Fourth down here for Midland. And now they're going to go for it. You might as well, obviously.
Yep.
What do you got to lose, right?
Yep. You got to get points on the board somehow.
Carl's looking to throw. Pass is incomplete. And that was good coverage from Seth Wardeen. And now the Prairie Wolves will have the ball here for the final minute 48. of this game.
Coming across the middle, you know you're always probably going to take a hit when trying to make a play. Was unable to hang on that time, and I imagine Tyler Francis's day is done.
It will be done.
Looks like Ben Green will come out, take some snaps.
Yep, Ben Green, the 6'5", 225-pound freshman out of Elkhorn South. And they finally get lined up here. They work out of the eye. Here's a pitch. And it's Wydell who gets the carry, tackled from behind. Christian Pulishin was the guy that made the tackle for Midland. Minute 30 and counting. So Tyler Francis's day is done, and we could likely see him eclipse that record coming up next Saturday here at Able Stadium.
Well, with the win this afternoon, they assure themselves at least a 500 season. Hastings next week, as we mentioned earlier, is a team that struggled this year but has played well at times.
Wydell cutting back, going left, got an open field ahead of him. 10, cuts back in, still on his feet, gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he picked up a nice block from his quarterback, Ben Green. Down the field as he reverses play, and it's laundry free. It'll stand. Talk about not wrapping up. We talked about it all day with the Wesleyan defense, and that time, I don't know how many times.
Wow.
Reversed his field, and look, Ben Green coming down the field here. The quarterback, little chip block just enough to get him into the end zone.
What a run. And here's Aaron Lorraine's extra point, and it's blocked. Loose football on the field, and it's picked up. And a short-lived return up to the 25-yard line.
Here's that run one more time.
Take a look at this. Cuts back in around the 30, and look at this.
Ben Green right there with a little block. The last 8 yards, Superman's it into the end zone. Well, if there's one spot, though, Jeff, that you come away from today and you think, I mean, a lot of positives, obviously, but the kicking game, namely in the place kicking, the field goals, needs a little work. You had one blocked. You've had couple blocked earlier in the year. Need to shore that up. Also, a couple misses by Lorraine, which uncharacteristic from the distances he was at. One off the upright. The other one that I think was close. It was probably a judgment call as much as anything. It was very close to squeaking inside the upright. It was a little, and he's had good distance, but they shore those few special teams things up, and things are looking good to close out the season with another win.
Well, Wydell, the kid from Fremont, with that last touchdown against the team from Fremont.
Probably a little bit sweeter for him.
He's a freshman out of Fremont, Bergen. And here is Lorraine's kick. And that will go again into the end zone for a touchback. So 53 seconds to spare. And Midland will probably have it maybe one or two times to work with the ball, and that's about it. And so Wesleyan will enjoy this victory and then work again this next week and get ready for Hastings coming to town to wrap up the regular season. And so Carls is back out there, looks to throw, and a pass is complete to Zimmerman and gets the first down. He's tackled just across the 35 at the 37. So the clock stops here as the yard markers get set up. So here is Carls again. Looking to throw, bumps out of a tackle, being in pursuit now, running toward the near side, throws the ball, and it goes out of bounds, incomplete. Morris could not handle on the ball, so down to 28 seconds here in this game. Maybe we'll check in with Brandon Axeman here. Maybe get a few words with Coach Keller. And it's been kind of a long week for him, too. Of course, we mentioned about his son, Crew, who got hurt here in practice this week and was in the hospital as a result. Second down play, intercepted. And it is picked away. Corda Hittner made the interception. Michael's little brother, I believe. And so it will be Wesleyan back out in the field here for the final 21 seconds, and all they need to do is just take a knee.
Victory formation.
But there's a penalty flag on the play. Wesleyan will have it first down here.
Dakota Wesleyan just got a score, did defeat Concordia, so Concordia will be 4-4 in the conference. Dakota Wesleyan 6-2. Nebraska Wesleyan 5-3. And Morningside was still losing to Northwestern, who would also be 6-2.
And that would be the upset. And so victory formation. And the knee taken by Green, and that's going to do it. The clock will wind out. Nebraska Wesleyan improves on the season to 5-4 overall, 5-3 in conference play. And head coach Brian Keller earns his 99th career win here at Nebraska Wesleyan. The Prairie Wolves win this one this afternoon, 37-7. And let's take a break, and we'll come back to wrap things up in just a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Antiques, and my cousins race stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Oh, Kevin! Kevin got out, Henry. We gotta find him. Kevin, where are you? Kevin! Kevin, where are you?
Animal control called. They found Kevin. It's a good thing we had him licensed, or we might not have gotten him home.
Thank goodness they found him. Kevin!
Nebraska Wesleyan wins 37-7 over Midland. Let's head down to the sideline right now and talk to Brandon Axeman, who's got head coach Brian Keller. Apparently we're experiencing some technical difficulties with Brandon Axeman down on the sideline. Of course, this is a big win today for Nebraska Wesleyan, as the Prairie Wolves win 37-7 over Midland. 5-4 overall, 5-3 in GPAC play. So there you have it. Final score here in this game from Able Stadium, Nebraska Wesleyan 37, Midland 7. We'll be back next week for the final game of the season with Hastings here at Able Stadium, 1 o'clock kickoff here in Lincoln. So for Brandon Axeman, Lucas Moorman, and our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew, I'm Jeff Mode saying so long. Thanks for listening, and good afternoon from Able Stadium in Lincoln.
Today's Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network telecast was made possible by Lincoln Electric System. Use LES to save more. Union Bank. You belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.